Hi, this is the book review for Intro to Public Administration with Dr. Green. I'm Roxanne Salerno. I have chosen the book of Street Level Bureaucracy, Dilemmas of the Individual in Public Services by Michael Lipsky. There are 4 different parts of the book that I'm going to briefly discuss. 1 is the intro, 2 is the conditions of work, 3 is the patterns of practice, and 4 is the future. He describes the street-level bureaucrat as people like police officers, teachers, public defenders, and social service workers. So he describes these people as boots on the ground. They're the people who are the forefront of the administration. He discusses things like the scope and function of their jobs. He discusses things like the discretion that these employees have on their jobs and overall the discretion they have in the outcomes of the citizens that they deal with and the programs that they work within. He also discusses the amount of resources available to these workers. And an example that he gives of that would be ratio of workers to clients and the time that they can give. I look at that as, the teachers who have 35 students to 1 teacher, the social services workers who have more cases than they can handle. So those are going to be the things that he says that are limited resources that they're working with. He also says that in the patterns of practice that they come up with is kind of like their coping mechanisms. So they develop patterns of practice that do things like limit demand, they maximize the utilization of available resources, they obtain client compliance over agency demands, so essentially they're trying to control them. So basically in the end of the book, he's in the future of street-level bureaucracy and the way he sees it. He believes that the experiences of citizens with public services were the predictable consequences of the structure of particular kinds of public sector work. He also concludes that the government has changed in 3 ways since he originally wrote this book the first time. 1 is that we are contracting for services more. 2 is that there's a fiscal stringency, which we know is there's always a limited budget for a lot of the programs that are in the administration. And 3, that there's criticism of the government. But that's, of course, one of those things that we're going to always probably see. He also concludes that we need to use street-level bureaucrats as a measure of overall administration performance and their success, because essentially those are going to be the people who we can account for and see what they're doing and change things on the administration level. Also, the relationships that these street-level workers have with citizens is going to shape the future of the government and the administration in total. Overall, I believe that the street-level bureaucrats are not only the boots on the ground of the administration, but they're also the forefront, the faces, as well as the outcome of the administration and the programs that they work for. They learn how to cope with what resources they do have, and they're also essentially a product of the administration they work in. They're going to achieve goals to what they can best do with what level of resources they have. So overall, they're going to be a true reflection of what our government is doing at that time. So I truly enjoyed the book, and thank you.